Hello everyone and welcome to the FinTech Times. My name is Tyler and today we're here at PAY360 and I'm joined here by Deva. How are you, Deva?
Very well, thanks, Rila.
Good. Are you enjoying the event?
Yeah, very much.
Yes.
Have a lot of new contacts here.
Yes. It seems like everybody's here at the moment. It's good to see lots of new faces and lots of companies present. So that's really fantastic. Deva, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, where you've come from and what your background is?
I'm a founder of a company called MoneySuite. We just started this company last year and we have gone live with the company in UK. The mission of the company is to provide payment processing capability to all businesses.
And where are you located? Where's your company from?
Our office is in Canary Wharf, London.
Yeah, what?
And we are based in London, yeah.
Good. Well, that's excellent. Well, today we are focusing a lot about PayTech, everything about PayTech, and what the modern day transaction looks like. I think with an event like this, in a time like this, we must look at payments and the evolution of payments through the lens of the pandemic. Now, of course, the pandemic has been a hugely traumatic time for lots of people, but it has generated a new speed of fintech, a new breed of fintech, if you will. In your opinion, how has the pandemic shaped the PayTech of today?
The PayTech, the changes started happening 5 years back. Pandemic only accelerated the changes. So what were the changes the pandemic accelerated was? People are now asking for more digital payments. The cash has been phased out and more and business has gone online, and there are more new type of payments as evolved in last 2 years.
And do you see a certain type of PayTech becoming more prevalent? So obviously we had like contactless, big one, but are there any others that you've noticed?
Obviously contactless has taken over the roof. The other technology what is catching really well across the globe is open banking. And UK is a pioneer in open banking technology. And open banking payments is best for the merchants as well as the customers. So there is a lot of adoption happening for open banking payments in the UK.
Well, it's very positive to hear. It's fantastic. And do you think, I think these technologies that are coming forward really have to be applicable and practical for the consumer. As you mentioned before, you said that this revolution in PayTech isn't anything new, but that it's almost been accelerated like fuel to a fire.
That's right.
By the pandemic.
That's right.
Do you see, with that in mind, do you see the demands and the needs of the customer changing because of the pandemic?
Yeah, most of the businesses has gone offline. If you look at in your high street, you would definitely notice some of the shops on the high street will now have an online presence. So there is a change in the way people purchases. It's more online, and the merchants are adapting to this. When you go from on high street to online business, payment technology is centric to it. How online e-commerce plays a major role to it. And our business, UK business are catching up with it and adapting the new online demand from the consumers.
Yeah, they say that you have to be everywhere at once almost, and I think that being online for businesses is so pivotal for them right now, and especially when you think about how PayTech is allowing them to go further with their business and accelerate who they're reaching and how they're reaching them. I think when we think of PayTech and the pandemic, we often think of the rise of things like challenger banks, alternative payment providers, for example. But we must remember that there were traditional banks within the space for a very long time, even before fintech. Really, they predate fintech. So, I think my question to you is, how can such an established institution like an incumbent bank compete with the digital race?
What we see happening in UK is they partner with fintechs, and they also work as they separate out a separate entity for them, which acts like a fintech. So they could accelerate more innovation within themselves, and they partner with fintechs to bring in all the technology which is evolving. So now all the incumbent banks has adapted to this new change by partnering with other fintechs.
I think the power of a partnership can never be overstated. I think that it's really important that collaboration happens within the industry. You mentioned that your company is situated in Canary Wharf. That's a major financial hub of London, of course. And I don't want this question to be too London-centric.
Sure.
We see a lot of ecosystems in the north, like Manchester, for example. I was very fortunate last week to speak to the head of FinTech in Wales, Sarah from FinTech in Wales, and we had a great conversation. I think my question to you is, how has the UK established itself as a leader in this space, and what can it do to facilitate its expansion even further in the future?
How it actually helped the fintechs is, there are government schemes like EIS, SEIS. These are all investment schemes. When you invest in a smaller companies, you get a tax rebate. So UK is providing all this support, which actually sees the growth of these companies. The other growth is it has invested a lot of money in innovation. For example, open banking. There have been millions of pounds invested into the open banking segment. With that, we see a lot of unicorn companies coming out of UK. So it goes like government is investing a lot of its energy into fintech, and fintech is really coming up in UK.
I think it's about cultivating an environment for growth, which I think is something that the UK happens to do quite well, especially when you look at other places in Europe or in North America, for example. They haven't quite got the growth infrastructure implemented, and I think that's something that the UK does really well. I also think that we have a culture of collaboration, and it sort of goes back to what you were saying with the traditional banks partnering with the fintechs. So I fully see what you mean when you say that that's how it's sort of established itself. And we shall have to come back next year and discuss more about PayTech and how these partnerships have played out.
Sure.
Yes. Well, it was lovely to speak to you, Deva, and I've really enjoyed our discussion today. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the event.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor. Have a good day.
Thank you.